Here's another video on the exposure series. And you'll have to bear with me because the specific verbiage and things said is murky now because it was several years ago. So when I was dating my ex, Teddy's dad, this was before Teddy was conceived. Excuse me. I'm a whole mess right now. Okay. We used to do all kinds of stuff together. Like he had a group of friends, and we used to go like to the gun range and shooting together. They used to be my smoke buddies. Like, okay, because I mean, we met in college. He wasn't a huge partier, so it wasn't like our only connection was partying or anything like that, but that's just the way that I met them. I met them like through other friends. And yeah, so anyways, there was this group of guys, and I dated technically two of them because this one guy I'm going to speak on, we didn't really date, but we just hooked up like one time. So, he was dating, we were like a group because it was like he was dating, they were all in the same, like they had some of the same classes together, and I was like a little bit young. I was younger. I was like I'm a couple years younger. And so this other guy, I don't know if I should name their names. I'm trying to think if I could do this with other names, but I'm not sure if I can stay on track. So John's friend and his girlfriend was rich. And so she took us to this, we met them at her hometown, which was Atlanta. Was it Georgia? Somewhere in Georgia. And she had like, the house was like a mansion. It was huge. It had all this cool old stuff. And we went there, we did a few different things together, but this was one of them. We went to Simon's Island together one time, St. Simon's Island. And then we went on this trip, and we went out, I think it was Atlanta. Yes, it was Atlanta. We went out and went to a strip club, and we went out to this penthouse party. I don't even remember. I might have already been drunk at that point when we got to the hotel. I don't even know how she had like that access to that place. I don't know. I don't remember all those details. I just remember being up on the top and like hanging out in the hot tub, and then the next day we went to Six Flags. So it was like a whole crazy adventure. And don't recommend that. Don't recommend going to roller coasters the night after drinking. We didn't get that crazy, but it's just, yeah. And I remember it was either that trip or the St. Simon's trip that I remember it was just me and John and his friend who was dating the other chick. And they were having a conversation. I was right there, and I wish I could remember more of it or how it got started, but it was something about like John was like, yeah, I know you're just like, cause she had struggled. She had a lot of issues with like depression, and she was like talking about it. And I think that's when we walked away, cause she was like talking to somebody else about it. Like there were other people at this house. I don't remember specifically. And John was like, you're just with her because of her money. And his friend was like, yeah, and he was just kind of like, he didn't even deny it. And I wish I could remember more specifically what was said, but he was just like, yeah, like it's, like I'm getting benefits from it. Like it was like, so it's not funny really to me now, because I wish I had seen like the parallel of like, for whatever reason, my ex was with me because of some sort of image or status. I didn't know anything about that with men. I mean, everyone knows a little bit, like you can see social stuff and hierarchy and stuff, but to this day, like I don't like judgment. Like even talking about those homeless people, it's like, I don't like speaking ill of them because any of us could be homeless. And, but so, and I always want to see the good in people, but now it's like, there's so many red flags. I'm just like, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. And he did play, to this day, he plays the nice guy very, very well. And he can be a decent dad when he's with Teddy. But he always has to bring his parents with him. Like, he just can't do it by himself. And it is boring sometimes. Like, the emotional part can be exhaustive. And then depending with my kids having behaviors, is a whole separate thing. But anyway, that's not what this is about. To me now, because I was friends with a group of guys, and there were a couple of times where there was one specific dude in that group. I remember he would talk really, really derogatory of women, and just like as they were just like sex objects to him. But the rest of the guys in the group never treated me with disrespect. They didn't talk like that about women. So it's just interesting because you don't see this stuff very often. It's like, especially, I'm surprised that they did that they were saying that stuff in front of me. But that just goes to show you how men just don't really care, but they're getting something out of being with a girl. Like there's something that they're getting from it. It's a shame. I wish I had like put 2 and 2 together. That I was really deep in my that was when I was struggling with ED. Again, that was also a red flag, because if you're with a guy and you're not loving yourself, like, it's red flag. Like, that something's not working. But anyway, I remember that. So I was like, I don't remember the conversation very well, because I was probably like, had a lot of brain fog because I wasn't eating enough. Because I used to just be insane. I was teaching classes and stuff too, but I was just extreme when it came to like the way I pushed my body, and like how I was like get 4 hours of sleep, and I would just go and teach like 3 classes a day and work out. It was just insanity. I mean, I like being busy, but that was very unhealthy. Yeah, so anyways, that was it. I wanted to share that because it's a sad fact about the world that, like, men don't care more, but, like, it is also, it's the way they're socially programmed, too, to shut off their heart. So it is sick still. I mean, it's sick that women just have to like be used by men until they decide they're done. Like, that's kind of how it feels, because it's like, what did I actually get from this? Hopefully some lessons. For me, it's not like I regret having my kid, because that's had its own, but financially it's fucked me. So freedom wise, it's fucked me, just being honest. Because also the guy, I remember thinking this for a long time too, because I was like, his friends were sketchy. And it's like, those are huge things to look at when you're dating somebody. You can't always just say, oh, they're parents, because a lot of us had shitty parents. And it's like, that's not really fair. I don't feel like anymore. But like, I mean, you can use that too. But it's like, yeah, definitely people's friends groups, if they have really scary or sketchy or dangerous or wild friends, it's like your person's going to have some, if not most, of those same qualities. Men are just real good at masking. Some of them are professional maskers.